Hey, what's up everyone? It's the failed one. We are playing Lamento again. So, Rai saved us and Rai is helping us. Kinda like this guy. So, a single street extended from the main road. It was a dark and narrow alley, unlike the wide main road. The lively crowds began to fade away and a stale air began to drift in. He saw a vagrant dressed in tattered clothing sitting on the side of the road, like a vagabond, which is a nicer way of saying a hobo.
どこへ向かってるんだ?
酒場だ。表より裏にある酒場の方が何かと情報を入手しやすい。
Old school style. Or maybe still new school style. I don't know. I don't go to bars and ask for explanations. They each gave the huddled cat a strange look as they passed. He was missing an arm, as though he'd caught the sickness. Come to think of it, Tokino once said that Ranson had an outbreak of the sickness. The victims of the outbreak just couldn't be seen on the main road. The people who caught it probably fled to the back alleys, cast out into the unseen, sullen part of town. So this is their way of hiding, unlike Konoe, who literally ran away from the whole village. A sour smell reached his nose. The scent here was truly revolting. These streets were filled with vulgar stores, unlike the main street, and Konoe's fur bristled on end as he stood on guard with unfamiliar wariness. So now we're in the ghettos. In the ghettos. The ghettos! Ahead, two cats wearing tattered-looking coats and covered by their hoods leaned against the wall, their eyes following Rai and Konoe. This seems like a place Konoe would actually fit in, with him covered and hooded and all that, and looking suspicious as hell. The two of them each held a bottle of liquor in their hand and talked to each other about something amongst themselves. But then Konoe and Rai passed. They called out.
Oi!
Are they cat calling? Oh! Rai stopped and looked at them. Their faces could not be seen, shrouded under their hoods.
なんだ? どこへ行く? 関係ないだろ.
When Rai answered coldly, the two of them exchanged glances and laughed.
叱られたよ.
Please don't start anything. You guys are kinda useless.
叱られたね。
関係ないんだって。
関係ないのか。
Their similar voices alternated back and forth.
気味悪いな。
Like hell yeah, they are.
構うな。行くぞ。
Once more they began to walk forward.
黒い猫連れてどこ行くの?
Who you calling the black cat?
呪われた猫連れてどこ行くの?
Who you calling a cursed cat? The repeating words made Konoe halt. What did they say just now? Oh, they are creepy. The two cats stood side by side when he looked back. I feel like they might be twins or something. They vigorously raised each bottle they held over their heads and flung them to the ground. Don't waste alcohol! One after the other, the sound of shattering glass echoed.
黒い猫は黒くなったんだろ?
No reason.
黒い猫は元は違う色だったんだろ?
なんで黒くなったんだ?
I don't know. Do you know?
なんで黒くなったんだろうね。
Well, I don't know either.
お前ら、何なんだ?
Konoe glared at the two cats.
挑発だ。乗るな。
But how do they know this? I know they're provoking, but how do they know this? Rai grasped his shoulder. Konoe understood they were baiting him, but he couldn't afford to let them intimidate him. The two cats exchanged glances and chuckled.
教えてあげようか、ウル。
Oh, maybe they're cursed and black too. That sounded bad, but you know, black as in their tails and ears turn black.
教えてあげようよ、キル。
Okay, so Ul and Kill. Ul kill? I'll kill? After speaking amongst themselves, the two of them nodded and turned back towards Konoe and Rai. Each removed his hood. No, they're not colored. Two identical faces appeared. I knew it! They were twins! Twins. Other than the color of their hair, Konoe couldn't tell them apart. Rai seemed cautious and barred his fangs. So did Konoe. From the two cats, a black aura slowly billowed outward. It looked like some kind of eerie illusion. Black aura? What are they? These were not ordinary vagrants.
貴様ら、何者だ?
They're cats.
なんだと思う?
They're evil.
なんだろうね.
Evil, that's what you are, evil.
知ったところで無駄だ。無駄だね。お前らここで。
Us?
死ぬからね。
No. Hopefully not, because Rai will protect us. I at least believe in Rai. Konoe isn't. Konoe is good at fighting, but he isn't that good. The cat named Ul pulled up his coat and raised one arm with a thin smile. Konoe was captivated by that arm. There were a great number of scars that ran everywhere, both horizontally and vertically. But what Ul did next made Konoe's eyes widen. He used the claws of his other hand to rake at the scars on his arm without hesitation. What? Blood oozed out and began to drip. Is he gonna use his blood like a power or something? Just looking at it hurt. Rai clicked his tongue and drew his sword. Oh, and it starts! He was about to attack Ul, but then a sword was thrust out from beside him to block the attack.
させない。
Yeah, this is gonna be a tag team battle. Kill stood in the way, horizontally wielding a dagger of his own. He smiled horrifically as if to provoke Rai. Rai jumped back, returning to Konoe's side.
厄介だな。
Yes, they are. Troublesome twins. But then again, when are twins never troublesome?
何やってるんだ、あいつ。
Konoe's eyes were still glued to Ulu's weird, strange behavior.
サン
And that is his power. Somehow. Rai said with a hint of annoyance.
サンガ。あいつか。
Well now, Konoe, it's your time. It's your time to shine. Show them what kind of sangha you are.
ああ
Again, he looked at Ul. Ul dug his claws into his arm and closed his eyes in a euphoric trance.
痛みが響く。痛みが叫ぶ。体中の痛みが奏でるよ。
Something flooded into Konoe's stomach, heavy as mud. What's happening? He recognized something was happening to his body. This was a melody, a heavy, heavy melody. That's right! Show them your sangha power. That cat, he was singing.
痛みで歌うサンガか。
痛みで。
So the more pain you cause him, the better he sings, the more powerful his partner will be.
普通のサンガは楽器やね声で歌う。あいつの場合は痛みを覚えた時に反応する感覚を旋律として発している。己の身を犠牲にしている分、たちが悪い。
And apparently this guy doesn't care. Such things really existed? He stared at Ul in disbelief.
跳ねる跳ねる血の旋律。俺の体が生み出す俺たちのための歌。
The claw slid over the scars as if he were simply playing an instrument. Didn't he feel pain? Still, when Konoe looked closely, he saw beads of sweat on Ul's forehead. Ever since they encountered these two, Konoe felt things were terribly strange. There were no feelings coming from either of them. They smiled. They seemed joyful. They looked as if this was fun. However, there were no emotions, not even anger or madness. These two. It was as if these two were artificial. Maybe they are. Maybe we're finding some type of artificial being now. Like the devils, the shadows we saw. Fresh, vibrant blood dripped down from Ul's wound, down to his elbow, and then to the ground. Before long, a slender tendril of warm light began flowing from Ul to Kill. Not good.
歌えるか
Yes. Right, Konoe? As his heart pounded away in his chest, Konoe heard someone quickly asking this. Rai was right. He was a Sangha. But he didn't know how to just start singing so suddenly.
まだよくわからない。俺とあんたで戦っても無理なのか。
No offense, Konoe, you're kinda weak.
無理だな
Penetrating the bottom of his gut, the heavy melody continued. Around Ul's feet, there was a puddle of bright red.
やるよウルやれよキル
An unpleasant smile ran across both their faces at the same time.
来るぞ
Kill kicked off the ground and propelled his body forward. For a moment, it felt like only the wind passed by. It happened in the blink of an eye. Eesh. An ear-piercing sound resounded. Kill swung his sword down from overhead and clashed blades with Rai. As a result of his Sangha song, both of Kill's arms were painted red up to the elbow. With nothing but madness in his face, he spoke with a low laugh.
死ね
Rai grit his teeth and was gradually forced back. Rai being pushed back, he was being overtaken. What incredible power. While their swords still crossed, Kill gleefully met eyes with Konoe.
お前か呪われた猫災いの猫災いをもたらす猫お前なんかいらない猫
なんだと
That's a pretty mean thing to say.
お前がいても邪魔なだけだ早いとこ死んじゃえば
That's a really mean thing to say. What would you do if you actually did it? You would probably be happy. We don't want you to be happy, actually. A low growl leaked from Konoe's throat. His hand subconsciously drew his sword.
バカ逃げろ
Dude, sing. Don't fight. Don't take your sword. Sing. Rai noticed Konoe's presence and yelled out, still crossing swords with Kill. Though he heard Rai's voice, he did not hear his words. He should stop the Sangha song. If he did that, they could defeat the Toga. Blinded by anger, this was the only thing Konoe could think. He pounded towards Ul, but then his line of vision was suddenly obstructed. Huh? It was Kill, who had just been fighting Rai, smiling. In other words, he's a pretty fast cat.
死の
He put his hand to the blade of his sword and held it up to protect his head. His vision darkened and the shock coursed through the bones of his arm. His body seemed to float in the air he had been sent flying. Get it, Konoe! His back hit the ground hard. He tried to get up when something suddenly pulled his arm with all its might.
走れ
But,
でも
死にたいのかバカ猫
but we can't leave you alone! Rai caught his arm and they broke into a run. Oh, if they're both running, that's okay. The dark blood song chased after them. They ran through narrow streets. The vagrant cats of the streets glared at them, their ears turned down. Rai occasionally parried Kill's blade whenever it came too close and gradually opened the distance between them. Dazzling light flashed each time their swords met. They exited the back alleys and leapt into the main road in a frenzy. And now everyone's gonna be like, ah, no, there's a fight, run! It caused quite a stir. Clamor arose. The calls of the street merchants quieted, and instead there were several cries in the stores, which aroused screams among the chaos. Then there was the sound of something collapsing.
どけ
collapsed. What was happening around them, Konoe did not have time to look. They determinedly pushed the waves of the cats aside and ran. That black song would surely catch up, but then it began to quiet down. The shaky breaths and the pounding of his heart shook his eardrum. He heard the rush of wind against his ears. The wind that sliced by his ears was cold to the touch. In the midst of it all, a different sound joined in.
Konoe!
Who? Is that our little childhood friend? He turned around and looked back. Looking amongst the noisy and confused cats, one by one he spotted a familiar face. His eyes widened. That was...
Tokino!
Yay!
こっち!
We will listen to you. Konoe shook off Rai's hand that held his arm and grabbed hold of him in return. Okay, for a second I thought you were gonna leave Rai.
いいから!
Konoe ran to where Tokino was, dragging along a perplexed Rai. Oh damn, tables have turned on this relationship, huh? Tokino immediately turned on his heel and ran into a back alley. Konoe followed him without a second thought. In the alley, the cats had to walk in a line as it was very narrow and only allowed 2 cats to walk side by side at most. So Rai and Konoe be walking side by side. To make matters worse, there were many corners. Tokino weaved left and right. Konoe ran after him while still grasping Rai's arm. His swaying tail rubbed against the wall as he went. Before long, they came out into a small but wider, lowly road. Lowlying? Tokino stopped and stood before a small house. Both Rai and Konoe stopped and checked behind them. It didn't seem as if those twin cats could pursue them here.
ここ! 入って!
Are we going into your house? Tokino opened the door, inviting Konoe and Rai inside. When Tokino closed the door, he stooped forward, his shoulders heaving with exhausted breathing until he let out a huge sigh.
こんなに走ったの久しぶりだ。ここは俺の家。父さんは今行商で出てるから俺一人だよ。
Yeah, I was about to say it looks like it's his house. Lifting his face, Konoe quickly glanced around the room. While there wasn't anything distinctly special, the room gave off an air of coziness and warmth because of its simplicity. It was also relatively neat and tidy. Still, in several places, Konoe could see large packages wrapped in cloth and huge baskets on the floor. Of course, they were merchant cats. Were these their wares they would put up for sale?
びっくりした。だって通りが騒がしいから何かと思ったらいきなりコノエが見えたからさ。まさか乱戦にいるとは思わなかったよ。この間行商でカローに行ったらコノエはいないし、村の猫たちはピリピリしてるし、なんかやたらコノエについて聞かれるし。
Oh no, he actually went back. I'm glad nothing happened to him.
そうか。
Konoe's voice softened and sounded a little gloomy. Tokino took out something from his coat pocket. It was a coin. A coin. Come to think of it, this was the message he had left for Tokino.
これ置いてったろ。コノエがお金を手にしてるとこめったに見たことないからさ。多分何かあったんだろうとは思ったけど、でも会えて本当によかった。
Tokino understands us.
さっきは逃げてるみたいだったけど、どうしたんだ？
Konoe fell silent. He bitterly recalled the void in the forest. He couldn't just explain it all so suddenly. There was simply no way to do it.
あれ？それ、耳、尻尾も。
Of course, that's not gonna pass by him. He knows us too well. When Konoe looked up, he met Tokino's startled eyes. He inadvertently touched his head. His hood had come off. It was because he had been sprinting at full speed. He could hear the sound of blood rushing to his ears. Tokino's eyes moved from his ears down to his feet. Even though he knew there was no point, Konoe curled his black tail in a ball behind him, trying to hide it.
そんな色じゃ なかったよな。
No. What should he do? He didn't want to think about it. What would Tokino think of the state he was in now? Maybe he wouldn't think it was so bad, or maybe he would think Konoe was creepy. Dude, it's your best friend. It's your childhood friend. It's Tokino. He's not gonna think anything bad of you. If anything, he's gonna probably try and help you. He's too good of a guy. He clenched his sweaty palms slowly. Lowering his head, Konoe bit his lip. Every second that ticked by pierced him like a needle. Finally, Tokino let out a small sigh.
まあ、いいや。いろいろ事情があるんだろ。立ち話もなんだしさ。急ぎの用があるとかじゃないなら、上がってってよ。もしよかったら、話を聞かせてくれると嬉しい。
I told you. Konoe looked at Tokino. Nothing had changed. He was smiling just like always. The base of Konoe's tail trembled. He tried to speak, but felt tongue-tied. You should be ashamed. How could you doubt Tokino?
いや、でも、いきなり悪いだろ。
全然。一人で退屈してたとこだったから。
Tokino welcomed them into his room with a wave of his hand. Oh, by the way, is anyone ever going to introduce Rai? Or, well, is Konoe ever going to introduce Rai? Because there's some random stranger inside of Tokino's house right now. He was a little leery, but there was no reason not to believe Tokino. Nevertheless, he was glad things had not changed here. Konoe wholeheartedly let himself feel relieved. He raised his ears and tail before nodding.
知り合いか。
There you go, he has to butt in just so people will be like, oh yeah, by the way, this is Rai. Rai, who had been silent until now, opened his mouth. Konoe knew from its flat voice that Rai was wary of Tokino.
ああ、どうも。時野って言います。
Tokino quickly bowed his head. He looked nervous. He probably felt as daunted as Konoe did when he first met Rai. When he met Rai for the first time. Because apparently I can't read and mix up words in a sentence. At least it still makes sense. When his eyes had met Rai's single blue eye, his breath had caught.
時野、こいつは。
信用できるのか。
Yes, you can, dude. Dude, he just helped you. Ignoring Konoe's attempt to introduce Tokino, Rai uttered these rude words. Konoe reflexively glared at him.
なんだよ、いきなり。
信用できるのかと聞いている。
The answer is yes. Rai cast a cold look at Tokino, then at Konoe. Tokino was the one who helped them out of trouble. Feeling a bit angry, Konoe fixed his eye on Rai.
時野は家老の頃からの付き合いだ。信用って言うなら、あんたよりよっぽどできる。
That's one way of putting it.
どうだかな。
What do you mean, you wonder?
嫌なら出ていけばいいだろう。
And of course, Tokino's in an awkward position. Tokino spoke up, confused and flustered by the nervousness and tension in the air.
積もる話もあるんでしょうけど、とりあえず奥行きませんか。
And as they head into the other room, I'm gonna end this episode. Or wherever they're heading into. We ended on a cute note. We got to meet Tokino again. I love this guy. He's such a sweetheart. And we'll get to see more of him next episode. So see you guys next time. Bye!